Well, do we know that she sees that it's Mia that she sees, or is she just not paying attention to her feet? I don't
Well,
remember.
I'm looking at it.
Well, she sees like Susannah from the knees up, and then Mia from the knees to the feet.
Yeah.
Because
So she's
Mia,
like black and white.
Yeah.
The black lady grew legs right in front of her. Okay, so she sees the black lady. Okay.
Yeah. So, good question though. Still, is how well Mia's a demon, right? So demons can do shit.
Demons notoriously don't have bodies. Like, isn't that one of the things they're always trying to do? Is steal your body?
Yeah, but once they're in your body, they can do all kinds of stuff. She's in Susannah.
I guess that's true. She brought her like fake corporal ether body with her.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Anyway, so they. Yeah, I like trees. Rock to the world. And then I was like, starting to go. Okay, I'm kind of over Trudy. Let's move on. And then he finally moved on. So.
yeah,
Um.
it took her way longer than I thought we would have.
Mhm. And I guess the fact that it was a Swedish guy makes sense because the address was a Swedish place. Two Hammers Skulls. I don't even know how to say that.
Yeah. Well, well, that is funny. I'm like, the Swedish ambassador or assistant has to stay in a Swedish hotel. I'm like, what? Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Is this like Little Sweden or something? Um, but that two Hammarskjöld, and I'm sure I'm fucking that up, so sorry. But the building they worked at, they call that the Black Tower. Well,
Oh, I just send you guys a picture. I was in Philly like a week ago or something, and there's a something tower, and it was like perfect. I'm like, uh-oh, things are going 19.
What kind of tower?
It was the name of a building, but it said,
Oh,
I can't, it
Tower
was like
Records.
something like that. It was like Tower Place, and I was like, whoa.
Oh shit! Did you see like fancy cars at the curb?
I wasn't looking for that. No pet
Yeah.
signs.
Any low men, big yellow coat. Like there was a Ningly Tum place on her back. She meant a tingly numb place, but Ningly Tum was how it actually felt.
I like that.
Yeah, that's so. Oh, it's so Stephen King. And a second and 46 is where, yeah, so the guy's doesn't have acne anymore because he stood next to the rose long enough. Okay. Did- Um, yeah, so the whole turtle thing is before they palaver, right?
Yeah.
So they just kind
Well,
of sit down right there, and like she just talks to like her body's like on the bench while inside they're talking to each other or something.
yes.
in her in her 1960s Dogen. Well, wouldn't the computer like be like the size of like 4 rooms then?
Well, they did say that Susanna had seen Jake Stogan and was sort of copying that too.
Oh, she did see it. Oh, I thought she just imagined it.
I don't think she saw it, but I think he described it well enough that she could picture it.
It sounds right.
Yeah.
He described it, and this is what she saw based on what he told her. The wolves, the real wolves, the wolves in New York.
The Wolves of Wall Street?
Not Leo.
They improvised the scene. Can't the hell are they called?
What?
The pills that he took and got really drunk.
Oh, yeah. The Quaaludes or whatever.
Yeah, Quaaludes. Damn, couldn't think of it. Yeah, they were like, just act like you're fucked up. So he just did what he wanted. That
That's
scene
such
cracked
an
me up. He's like,
awesome.
I drove home perfectly. Lucky for me.
Yeah,
And then they like show what really happened.
because he's like, "How did you know?" And then like turns around and the whole block is destroyed.
Right. How'd you find? Um. Okay, so uh, apparently, like Susanna might have this damn baby by the end of this book because she had to stop. She was about to go into labor, right? That's what she stops was the labor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like labor is endgame. I got that right. Right. I've been there a
Yeah.
couple. I've been there. So, oh my God. So she was starting to go into labor and she stops it. So this baby's coming.
Well, things are moving fast. We know that.
Very frantic, 60 accent. Even this one. Like he saved all the good stuff. Like he got get hit and knocked all the shit out of his brain. He's like, oh, there it is. You know, gather it all up and put it down. And then she's like, because imagine that. Like, so if you were from, I don't know, let's say now, and you showed up in 2057, that would be weird. I wonder what it would be like. Like being
I gotta.
Susanna, 35 years in the future.
Yeah, but I mean, even like technology has that the speed at which technology improves is exponential. So from the 60s to the 80s is not even nearly the same as from like 90s to now, you know? So in
Yeah, well, it's
another
99, so it's 60 to 2000, basically. I mean, yeah. I mean,
whatever. I
even
mean, the
2000
first
to now,
iPhone didn't come out until the early 2000s or late 2000s. I don't even know. So like
2004.
it happens so quickly. So by 2067, it's gonna be we're not gonna be able to recognize anything.
I'm gonna be flying around in my George Jetson bubble ship,
Or we'll be all gone, you
right? Yeah, yeah. Or the shit will be blowing up, or
know.
the Earth will have globally warmed and everything's covered in ice or something. Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen until after I die.
Well, I think most people hope that, but that's also the problem.
Well, yeah. Um. Anyway, so from 64 to 99, there's a lot that's different. It would be weird.
It's hard for me to
Fancy
say.
cars.
I don't know what was that different. I mean, yeah, I'm like cars and stuff change. I guess cell phones maybe, TVs.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm picturing. Like, I'm picturing like a family sitting around the TV that's about this half the size of the room because of the picture tubes with big old rabbit ears and a little tiny black and white screen and a TV. TV the size of the wall, but the screen's like 2 inches big.
Yeah. It's like, what is all that stuff in there?
Possibly watching the Ed Sullivan Show. That's what like everybody watched every night or every week or something in the 60s. So anyway, so Susanna goes in 1999. Why is that important?
Well,
90.
we know why it's important.
The thing runs out at what in July of 99 or June of 99?
No, the thing runs out in like 77, doesn't it?
Oh shit.
The
So
contract.
by the time Susanna is there, we are to assume the deal did not go through because the condos weren't built and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's there in 99. I
But
mean, shit.
the reason
Problem
why
solved. We're good.
she's there June 1st, 99 is because we know why, because we know what's coming.
Well, right.
They had that sneak peek of what was happening on the little sign thing. The rhyme.
The
What
rhyme?
from? Come on, Lightner. Wait, what rhyme?
What are you talking about now?
There in like the vacant lot there was a rhyme or something, and
Oh, yeah.
Susan Mio parked her car in the
The
Dick
Dixie
of
pig.
magazine or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Susanna Mio, divided girl of mine.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't forget. I'm sorry, no, I won't spoil it. Okay.
that's probably a good idea.
The most
Um,
important day in all of Stephen King's history.
I mean, is that a spoiler?
It is if you don't remember, Allie. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't. No, I don't.
All right. Well, it'll
Um,
be a bigger surprise then.
I mean, yeah. I
Do
mean,
you
it's
remember
fairly
where
obvious.
19 comes from?
Right, it's fairly obvious, right?
It was. Is it June or July?
June 19th, 1999.
Was when he got hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I find it very funny that we are in New York on June 1st, 1999.
That means
No way she could block her labor for 18 days, though.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's no way that's a coincidence.
so. Okay, so you can't go backwards; you can only go forward. So Susanna goes to a different timeline than Jake and Eddie.
I don't think so because, well, I guess we don't. Yeah, wait, hold on.
No
How
idea.
is that? How is that working? That doesn't make
Because
sense.
in Susanna,
Maybe
or
she's
no,
turned.
Eddie's can't be the same world because Eddie's world, Jack and is dead, right? Already.
That guy's died a bunch of times. I can't keep up with that.
So, and they already said that their world is the real world. So I don't know.
I think they used the word key.
So Eddie was not from that real world, though, like the Keystone world.
Yeah, that makes me. I don't like that. Eddie needs to be from like the one true world or whatever.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, because I keep going. Okay, so where's the real Eddie? Who's this guy?
Right? Oh, like fake Eddie.
This feels like a loophole.
Wait, does that mean that there is an Eddie in the Keystone world then? Still?
Maybe he
Well, no,
OD'd.
he hasn't. He isn't born yet.
Well, in
Yeah.
'99.
Or
Well,
wait,
he's not there. So that's right. I don't know what year it is. I guess it's still 77 where he is.
he might be about to be born or have just been born. I don't know.
Yeah.
What in '99 in '77?
Well, actually, he definitely was born because he's like 13 or something, or
He's like a
not
junkie in '77, isn't
22 by the '80s, right?
he? Yeah, he would have been born, but yeah, probably a
Not old.
young teenager.
Well, we know he was a teenager when Jake. What time is Jake from?
Oh yeah, because Jake saw him when he went to the house.
Yeah.
Got chill.
That's right.
Well,
I don't
Jake,
know. I can't. It's like so much to think about.
Eddie was a younger than Jake, right?
um.
Yeah, who cares? Don't remember why we got on that.
Yeah. Wait. That is confusing. Because isn't Jake from before Eddie's time?
Well, Jake was pulled over before Eddie was, so Eddie was older. He was older in the timeline.
Jake came from the '70s, and Eddie came from the '80s, but they may have been born around the same time. Just yanked out of their lives at
Different
different.
point.
Like
How?
Eddie was older when he got taken.
But then how was Eddie older than Jake by the time Jake saw him going to the house?
Is he? I don't
Isn't
remember.
he?
I'm not
Because
sure.
Jake
That's what I was
is
asking.
12 and oh, you're right. Never mind. I think it's Henry who's his age and Eddie's younger.
I think Henry's.
I don't remember.
Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but yeah, but I don't even remember what our point was. So, enough of that rabbit hole. I feel like the Murder Channel when we go explore someone who ended up not doing it. Yeah. So, damn, I'm just joking. I'm trying to get to Susannah's conversation because really the only two important parts in here, even though we've been talking almost an hour already, are the conversation with Susannah and Mia and the fucking shootout. This Ghetto Walker's voice that replied, "Yeah, that's funny. I thought she was gone." Well, she was.
She was, yeah. It's like Mia kind of brought her back.
Well, not fully.
Fully gone or fully
Almost like acceptable now. Now she's just a regular like Stephen King character who talks to people in her head, like because everybody does that.
back? Yeah.
But now it's not like the schizophrenic level. Now it's just like normal.
But there was some. Granted,
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was Detta or Odetta, but when they were trying to figure out the riddle for to get on Blaine that ended up being the Warriors, they called. I just don't remember. So neither of them are completely gone. Detta obviously not, but
I always got the sense it was like she was like channeling her, but like now it's like Detta, like I don't know, it's like she's there again.
That is separate. It's almost like she was
Right.
part of her, and she had a.
Well, it's not that she's separate. Like I don't think she's trying to like take over. I just feel like she's. Yeah, it's like she is. I don't know. A voice in her head.
I love how Detta talks to Mia. Like, you got a problem, girl. You got a rug monkey coming. You got folks saying they're gonna help you. You don't know what they are. You see that shit. You don't even know what a telephone is or where to find one. It's funny because they keep talking about how they gotta wait for the call, and she's like, "You don't even know what a telephone is." We're gonna sit here. You're gonna tell me what happens next. We apparently I just have to have that accent. I hate that. We go and palaver, girl, and if you don't play straight, we will be sitting here with these bags come nightfall, and you can have your precious chap on his bench and wash him off in this fucking fountain, or wash him off in the fucking fountain. Like, yeah,
Get her.
Because honestly, why is I guess I keep seeing them as two different people, so I keep going, why the fuck is Susannah helping her, but they're in the same body, so that's a tricky situation.
Yeah.
Because like, why does Susannah just put her foot? That's like, nah, I ain't helping you. Fuck you. Fuck your phone.
I feel like,
yeah, especially when she finds out she betrayed her. Like she just set up Eddie and Roland to die, and they should be dead as far as she knows they are.
I don't think she helps her after that, though.
Well, they still talk like they're old friends after that. I'd be like, nope, I ain't saying shit. I got nothing to say to you. Fuck you. Because the more I say to you, the more you're gonna rat me out.
That was after they talked, because that was when the phone call came through.
Oh, that's when she figured that out.
Mm-hmm. And then she like pushed her back and like locked her up.
Oh yeah, pushed her down in the hole or some shit and locked her thing. Yeah, Susannah needs to get better control of her fucking personality.
Of her mind.
Never has before. Why start now?
Makes things interesting. So then they talk. Wait. So she watches Eddie. She sees a flashback or something, right?
Who?
Eddie, Susannah. She sees Eddie and.
Yeah, she said
Roland?
Eddie sent her a vision of them in the cave, basically.
Did Eddie send that?
She says that. I don't know.
I don't feel like Eddie was in a position to send anything when he was in the cave.
And that's what I said. I was like, how would Eddie have sent this? And like, you know, or what I said was it Eddie or was it something else?
No. That's
Well,
a good point.
wasn't it when he and Callahan were in the cave and he was like possessed by 13?
Oh yeah. It was showing her that the turtle was in the bag, the sigil.
Oh yeah. So I guess that's why that was sent.
So again, that doesn't feel like Eddie.
Yeah.
That feels like Black 13.
No, it feels like the white, the good.
The turtle saying, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah.
I mean, what good did that fucking thing do?
It
People?
well,
It just made everybody attracted to her. Like, she'd have been better off just sitting there without that thing.
I mean, I think
I
the way
don't understand.
Susannah sees it is if she, at least before she found out that she got betrayed, if she helps, then there's a chance she'll be reunited with Eddie.
Yeah, and they do that. He did that fake foreshadowing again, where he's like, what does he say? The baby will kill your din and all that, and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I guess he won't get a chance to kill him after all. Like, wait, stop that.
Right.
Then you got me going. Oh, wait a minute, that I don't like the sound of that. Usually, it used to be, I guess, before the tower, if he put something like that in there, that means they were fucked. So there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well, it
Now,
doesn't. Well, yeah, that's true. Like, it just means things are gonna be different than what we thought, and someone's gonna die. But
yeah, well, I think it means they thought he was going to be dead in the shootout. Well, that's what that means. I guess they saw a better opportunity. It was like, wait, that long term plan where we're going to have the kid and have him kill his father, yeah, that's taken a while. So we're just going to do the shootout thing instead.
Well, we'll do
Right,
the shootout thing, see if that works, and if it doesn't, we have this contingency plan of this demon baby.
right, because we are bad guys and something always goes wrong.
Oh, I didn't even remember that we know what the plan was. Yeah, the shootout. That was what he was talking about.
Who?
Or whatever we were just talking about. That's why you don't have to worry about him killing Roland because they're about to die.
Right. Yeah, that's what, yeah. That's my whole
Yeah,
point.
right.
Like, fuck that long term. Let's like get one demon to be two demons and have him get pregnant by her get pregnant by himself, and then have a baby, and then we can have the baby kill him. Like, well, no, this is gonna be much easier. Let's just shoot him.
Like, I understand that they had the surprise, like it was an ambush, but like, are you serious? Have you not known anything about Roland over the last 500 years? Like, you think like that is going to stop him? You need to be way more certain than that.
Why didn't they put, like, I don't know, a stack of grenades, a couple M60s, some
Right.
plastic explosives? The second he goes through the door, hit the button.
I mean, if
Problem
you
solved.
have enough cash, just hire mercenaries. Like, why are you dealing with these goons?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they.
Personal vendettas, quote unquote, get the job done.
Clearly, Andolini's no good because he keeps dying. They need to stop hiring that guy.
Right.
But he's the smart one.
Right. Like I said, smart one of goons.
What's a Scandinavian? What's this? Matt's cute little Scandinavian accent. I listen
I
to
mean,
hear, Mr. Sigh, hear to obey. I can't, I don't, I can kind of hear it in my head, but I can't do it. It's almost Canadian.
yeah.
That would be Yar.
Well, I'm not Scandinavian.
Well, yes, but are you Kala
Yes, I am.
uh, I'm going just after breakfast. Yeah, there it is. I'm going just, well, because he wrote it. I listen to hear, Mr. Sigh, and hear to obey. Yeah,
Yeah, you got
yeah, there you
it.
go. Although I guess some good did come out of it because she got a hotel room out of the deal. So
Well, that's what I was gonna say. She was able to use the turtle to help her, but it really ultimately only helps Mia. So
It gave her, yeah, it gave her a place in private to go have this baby, and I'm going, well, do we want that?
Yeah, I feel like
also,
if you're gonna have a baby, especially a demon one, you might want to get to a hospital.
At least be in public. It might be a little safer for you. Who cares? You know, the Unexplained Files TV shows can debate what happened later.
Yep.
Um, I feel like by myself in a hotel room, I don't know. The first thing that kid's gonna do is, if I survive, is turn around and kill me. Right? I don't trust that fucking thing. Do we know his name yet?
Mordred. Yeah, they said it.
Um,
I forgot I knew his name, but they said it in the book.
right. Right. I know his name, obviously.
Right.
Right.
Where did
She said
that come from?
it was named, yeah, after I don't remember what she said. I think it was Mia.
Yes. So, all right. So they have their palaver. I don't know. What did we really learn from that?
Well,
Yeah, that part's creepy when she's like, "Soon comes the king, he of the eye." Like, oh, put that down. That's like, and again, Lord of the Rings. Like when you wear the ring, the king can see you. His eye is on you, or something.
mhm.
Very Tolkien-like. But yeah, throw that thing in the ocean or something.
When
So
you're
maybe she's going Toadash from the hotel. Is that what's going on?
What did you say?
Maybe she's really at the hotel, and I'm at the part where she just heard the chimes right before the sixth stanza, and she's like, "Here I go again, going Toadash." Like, well, wait, where you're already like went through the door, so you're going Toadash from the hotel room. I think,
Yeah, it's
and then like,
confusing at that time because it's like they're using it to signal that Mia is taking control again.
yeah, like yeah, she's going back down into the. It makes me think of
Get
wait,
out.
which yeah, is it Jordan? Is that the one where they kidnap him?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way he's like looking up at the like he's like down in the blackness, looking up at the
Yeah, that's what I was picturing too, where he's falling and you see the
yeah.
eyes.
Oh, that's where they mentioned Discordia too in the poem stuff that he's doing at the end, which I kind of read but didn't really pay attention to. Ain't it
I
grand to
was
be alive to look out on Discordia when the demon moon arrives? That may be the first one. He's like, this is a castle on the abyss. Well, that don't go near the doors, please. I carry his doom in my belly and I care not. See? So that was the foreshadowing. See, when she says stuff like that, I'm like, no, no, I'm not helping you have that kid. Keep him in there for all I care.
Well,
I
yeah,
guess
but again, she's thinking about getting back with Eddie, and like they've done a lot together with Roland. So I'm like, she's probably thinking whatever it is, they can handle it.
yeah, she's like, meantime, let's start with something easy. If this is the castle in the abyss, where's the abyss? I don't see anything except for rocks.
Hence, abyss.
Yeah, I mean, this does definitely imply like a chasm, I think, doesn't it? The edge of the abyss. Aren't you looking down? This is the inner keep. Beyond it is the village of Fettic. And that's a word I remember, but I don't remember why. Now deserted, all dead of the Red Death 1,000 years ago and more. The Red Death? That doesn't sound good. Unless it's just blatantly, like he says, taking it from Edgar Allan Poe. The Mask of the Red Death, I don't remember what that's about.
It's a. I vaguely remember. It's a good story. I mean, they're all good. Something about like the guy is trying to avoid death, and then it's like it turns out he was there the whole time, something like that.
yeah.
Beyond the deserted village is the outer wall. Beyond the outer wall is a great crack in the earth filled with monsters that cozen, diddle, increase, and plot to escape. Once there was a bridge across, but it fell long ago, in the time before counting. There are horrors that might drive an ordinary man or woman mad at a glance, but not a gunslinger.
What is the time before counting? Is that like Neanderthals?
Is that before you knew that 1 + 1 = 2? I feel like that's pretty much came with the programming, right? I mean, if you were born with 2 hands, so you have something in each hand, you have more than one. Okay. Udin is the father of my child. And Susannah flashes back to the blue bombardier eyes. See?
Yeah.
Maybe you should have known right then.
I remember even the first time reading that part and being like, it can't be. I'm like, there's no way. Like, how would that even happen? Like, it never crossed my mind for a second that Roland was involved in this baby at all.
Right.
Well, it didn't for me until I read that, and that's when I was like, I wonder if it was just one demon.
Yeah, I think that's what happened the first time too. I was like, oh, whoa, wait a second.
It was technically the same demon at both times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in a different form.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Murray's Introduction to Medieval History. That's funny. All this, okay. Roland is his father. When the chap comes, I shall name him from your own mind. From what you learned at the same time you learned of merlins and courtyards. Professor Murray's Introduction to Medieval History. I don't know, what does the name mean? If you guys know, I don't remember medieval that well. I don't remember Mordred from any medieval history. Like the Mordred of your tale, he will slay his father.
That's a good question. I didn't even think to look that up.
I
don't know that I've ever heard the name. I mean, maybe it's like Mildred, but otherwise,
it sounds like Oedipus, except it's a dad thing. I feel like I would have heard that story. If I'm gonna have a baby I didn't hump for, I'm gonna know everything about that baby I can. You understand that? Yeah, it's got to be a weird feeling, right?
I guess, yeah, because she's going to be giving birth to it. Otherwise, I'd be like, do you really want to know?
Yeah, maybe save that for after. Because you're not sleeping tonight if you find everything out. Perhaps there's a God, but the beings, to me, it does give up a lot of information here that we kind of didn't really know for a fact. Do we need this sordid tale of how Roland is the dad? So Roland.
Sorry, hold on real quick. I looked it up. It said he's a figure in the legend of King Arthur. So he's depicted as Arthur's traitorous nephew and legitimate son of someone else. I don't know. Not important.
Sir, somebody, I'm sure.
Yeah. The later variants often most characterized him as Arthur's villainous bastardist son, born of an incestuous relationship with his half-sister.
Cool. Who's the guy whose name you didn't say? Is he one of the round table guys?
King Lot and Geoffrey of Monmouth's Historia Regum Britanniae.
Yeah, don't know those names. Okay.
Oh wait, sorry, one more thing. The accounts presented in the Historia and most other versions include Mordred's death at Calman, typically in a final duel during which he manages to mortally wound his own slayer, Arthur. So they both kill each other.
Huh.
That's how Arthur died? I don't remember that.
I don't know.
Well, I've seen enough damn movies about Camelot and the Holy Grail and all that. I don't remember. Okay, so, well, Arthur is Arthur of the Eld, right? So that's a twisted.
Oh wow, I never put that together.
Yeah, so Mordred kills Arthur somehow.
Well, just that King Arthur and Arthur of the Eld, and like
Oh, you never
But
got that?
no, I did not.
Yes, that was to me that was a blatant ripoff. Just like the Lord of the Rings stuff. Yeah. On the other hand, he's using all his influences to make his own
Did they
story.
have? Did they believe in magic? Yeah, in medieval times, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, they believe you could like turn, uh, you could get a philosopher's stone and turn rocks into gold and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Apothecaries and Harry Potter is very like a medieval world, except none of the stuff worked.
In Harry Potter?
No, in the medieval world,
Oh
all that
yeah.
magic stuff, they had all that stuff, except it was all fake.
Right. Or it was because of God, of course.
Right. So it was a lot like that world, except in Harry Potter, all the stuff is real. Um, Perhaps there's a God, but the beams rose from the prim on the airs of magic. The true magic which has passed long ago. Was it God that made magic or magic that made God? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Do we need that?
Um, Once upon a time, all was discordia, and from it, strong and all crossing at a single unifying point, came the six beams. There was magic to hold them steady for eternity, but when the magic left, well, wait a minute,
That's not
it was there.
eternity.
Yeah, why did it leave? Fucking no good magic,
Eternity has
double
a limit,
crossing.
okay.
Right. Eternity or 20 years, whatever happens first. When the magic left from all there is, but the dark tower, which some have called Calyx, the hall of resumption, men despaired. I've never heard any of that before.
Yeah, who calls it that? Because we've been all over.
Right? The dark tower is called the hall of resumption?
What is resumption? Resuming?
Yeah, that's how it's spelled. Like to resume, resumption. As a noun though, right?
The act of beginning something again. Yeah, after a pause, right. Okay, to resume.
Yeah, there you go. When the age of magic passed, the age of
Wait.
machines,
Can you say that again? The Dark Tower is what?
which some have called Calyx, Calyx,
The Hall of Resumption?
the hall of resumption.
The Dark Tower is the Hall of Resuming? What does that mean?
That's what I was saying. What the fuck? I've never heard that nonsense before.
That's
See,
crazy.
I don't like this book. It's got us chasing all kind of rabbit holes.
Right.
Nothing makes sense. Flow trans engines. What the hell is that? I feel like that's like a magic thing that stopped working. Like a green crystal from the Tommyknockers. You stick it in the engine. Um, yeah. So the beams. So nobody made the beams. The beams rose from on the airs of magic.
They just rose naturally because people were using magic?
That's what beams do. I think the beams are. The beams had to have been there before the people,
Hashtag beam life.
right? Beams have rights too. Don't
I
we
don't
all live a beam
know.
life?
We need a history class.
But
Yeah.
and that's we were talking about. They replaced the magic with machines, and now the machines are failing. In some worlds, great plagues have decimated whole populations. So, because the magic left and the machines are failing, is why we have plagues. Okay,
That seems a stretch, but okay.
I could say
If
if the beams are failing and their magic is disintegrating, that would make more sense.
if the magic left, then what's still holding up the beams, and why does it require such powerful breakers to destroy them?
They replaced the magic with machines. Do you get it? And
But
now the machines are failing.
you're telling me, so why do you need psychic breakers to break machines?
You're not. You're breaking the beams, which are being held by the machines. Yeah, why don't
Okay,
they just
why
break
not?
the machine?
Yeah.
I don't know. But he's making this up as he goes. So
It's making it really complicated, that's for sure.
that's why he fucking hired people to figure it out for him. Yeah, there was one guy who was like a super fan. He was like comic book guy from The Simpsons. He's like, in this episode you did this, and in this episode you did this. You can't have it both ways. Which one is it?
I mean, I don't blame him after all we've been reading.
I don't know. Well, Stephen King hired him. Said, okay, you keep the shit straight and let me know what I got to do. Like, wow, that would be amazing. That's like nerd dream right there. Like, I complain so much, I got a job. Like, nerd, there's hope for us yet.
Only in Stephen King's world.
Yeah, well, it's a big one.
That's very true. There are many of them.
Limitless, someone said.